Alright guys, so I'm becoming crazy chicken lady and I have designed my own twist on the PVC feeder and waterer. So what you need is a 10-foot 4-inch sewer PVC pipe. It's got to be the sewer PVC. It's the thin wall. You need for the feeder, you need one of the 4-inch sewer hub tees, 2 of the downspout 3-inch by 4-inch reducers, an 1.5 by 3 reducer. So the way you put this together, and a 4x4 rubber quick connect thing. I don't know what that is. Anyway, one of those. So what you do is you put one of the rubber connectors on the T. You take your 1.5 by 3 reducer, slide it in there, and it fits perfectly snug in the bottom there. You can see right here, it hangs down just a little bit. Now I haven't tested this part to see how well the feed will come out, but it should be pretty good. So we've got that portion set up. Now we have to take the pipe and cut 2 3.5-inch pieces off of it. That way we can slide them into the downspout adapters. Once you've done that, you stick those in the PVC, and I'm not going to cement these ones in because I don't know if they need to be, and plus if for some reason water gets in here or I've got to clean it out, it's a lot easier to pull these off than it is to have to cut it all apart again. So you just stick those 2 on there like that, and then I might take a hammer and smash them together so that they're a little bit more secure. And then the last step for this is to take the piece here and slide it down into that. Tighten down the rubber coupling and put a cap on the top. The cap can be taken on and off to be filled. And then that's the feeder.
You put the food down in the top.
Yeah, the food goes in the top there. And then you go on to the waterer. And the waterer is a little bit more complicated because you got to do, you need additional pieces. So in addition to this, the T, the 2 reducers, and the rubber gasket cap, you need a 2 by 3 reducer, a 2 to 3/4 reducer, and this one we have to modify just a little bit. Then you've got a 3/4 to 1/2-inch threaded, it's an inside thread, so that you can put a threaded 1/2-inch cap, which you've also modified. and I'll show you what I did. So the only waste you have are these two pieces, and this is the bell off the end of the sanitary pipe and the portion that you have to cut off for this to fit inside this. So I took a tape measure and I measured this into the little lip. That is 3/4. So I cut off, I measured this and cut it to 3/4. That way I can put PVC glue and glue this together and it'll snap down flush on the inside. Then you take your 3/4 inch and stick it down in there and it's flush on the inside. The last thing you got to do is take the plug and cut a slit all the way through it. I don't know, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
It goes all the way down to the bottom. And that's so when you screw this in, you can screw it in all the way down and it'll still allow water to seep through that little slit. Now this one I'm going to have to cement in so that it doesn't leak. But what you do again is just drop it in there. Now this one doesn't fit as flush because of all the different reducers that are in there. It pushes it up a little bit. So I may have to take a silicone or something to go along the inside there. Maybe the primer and the cement will work to hold it in place. But then just rinse and repeat. Add the same pieces for the ends. Now these I'm gonna cement and glue together and then insert them in here. So this will end up being one solid piece so water doesn't leak out because it'll sit inside there. But you can see, like with the other one, that reduces down, and in theory this holds the water because I haven't tested it yet for water tightness because I haven't glued it together. But the little test that I did do, that worked perfect. It allowed just enough water out so that you could fill it up and not worry about I don't remember the word.
A vacuum, or not a vacuum, but air bubbles.
No, you want big old ugly spider.
Oh.
You go away.
Big spiders. Good. Back on track.
I lost. Yeah. I don't know.
That's okay. So, basically, when you put all those pieces down in there, it's supposed to work as only as needed.
Right. Oh,
so,
as the chicken drinks, the water will fall through. It's like gravity feed or gravity water.
So how much of a reservoir, if you will, is in that bottom?
It's going to be the full 51 inches.
So the pipe will look just like that right there.
It'll look identical on the outside. It's just the insides that are different.
So then what keeps the water inside that, what you've got on your hand right there? What keeps the water inside that so that it doesn't spill out?
It will be those pieces there. Like I said, identical. It's just...
Okay, so basically, like, can you take one of those pieces and stick on there just for an example? Like the downspout portion?
Yeah, so it'll be identical process.
I mean, just to show everybody. Like if somebody just skips ahead to this part or something.
Oh, these are different than those.
Oh. Oh, that one doesn't have like a lip, right?
That one.
Maybe that'll be the food one then.
This will be the food one.
That'll be for the food, right? Because you have to be able, the water has to have somewhere to sit.
Yeah.
So that right there, just hold it so you can see. Well, right. So the water, but basically the water will sit down in the bottom of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what keeps the water in there. It's kind of like a bowl.
Yeah.
So it holds a certain amount of water, but not too much water.
This whole thing, though, will be filled.
Yeah. That'll be filled with water, but it'll only let what's at the bottom out at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll hold it in place as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool beans. It looks like one of those gigantic pipes that you blow on. Woo! What's it called? A
didgeridoo?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Maybe you can make some music. Yeah, but that's awesome though, huh? What else?
That's it so far.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So when you get it built, then you'll put it out there in the chicken coop.
Yeah, the two of them will sit next to each other, and we'll just strap them together and sit them on cinder blocks.
Sit them on cinder blocks and then strap them to some part of the framing of the coop so that it won't be able to move, and the chickens won't be able to move it. And then come next week, the chickens will be going outside because they're babies right now. I don't think I've done a YouTube on the chickens.
Oh.
But yeah, they're like 3 weeks old, so cool. That's awesome. I think it's a great, I think it looks great. I mean, I think it's going to be cool. So, is there anything else you need to add right now?
This is all still theory.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to work. But.
Well, you're going to try it out and then you'll do a video afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.